The league is a different issue. Finishing the Shabib al-Qabail match, then they will need to focus in the league, start to get a few wins, and get back to their favorite positions at the top 2 or 3 teams in the league.
So looking at Geddo, as it's the first goal for him with Ahli, how do you think this is a good start for him? Would it give him confidence for the coming matches?
Yes, it will help him. He has been struggling in his first few matches with his problem at the back of his mind as well. So that now that he has this problem away, you know, this problem has been solved today with the Zamalek, and scoring a goal in the last match, I think this will help him a lot. And he has been stating today that after his goal against El Masri, he feels that he now needs to score against Shabib al-Qabail to start his goal tally, let's say. So and this is an important match. So he wants to score in this match, and I think now he has the confidence back, and he will show his capabilities. We have seen this at the Nations Cup. He's a very good player. He can run with the ball. He can do a lot of very good things. So we will see in the next few matches how we will cope now that he has his problems away.
Perfect. Let's now move on to the African Champions League, mentioning Sunday's match with Shabib al-Qabail. I'd like to move first for a report about the arrival of the Algerian team in Egypt, and also about filing the case regarding the tension that happened in Algeria back then. So let's move on for a report and return back. Time was even better than their reception last time, and he hoped the Egyptians and Algerian media would work on strengthening the link between the people of both nations. So looking at this report, the amount of security forces that is, I think this is a sort of a bit of exaggeration. I mean,
it's sad.
It's sad to have this sort of tension, and it's sad to have this sort of tight security for a match, and tension, and people like, you know, standing with a lot of anxiety to this match.
Yes, I've been driving yesterday near to the Shabib al-Qabail team hotel, and I was shocked at the amount of security there. It was unbelievable. They're closing all the streets. They have police cars everywhere. This is not sports. I mean, I hope this all stops now. Let's make all what's happened before in the past and make a new start. It's a pity. It's a pity that an Algerian team coming to Egypt with all this security, and the same over there in Algeria. Remember, in Algeria, Al Ahli's team bus left 4 hours after the match and still got a stone 200 meters away from the stadium. So this is not what you want from sports. This is not the role of sports. So we hope it all stops this time, and
let's hope for that, and let's call for an easy match and a sports spirit actually match in this coming.
And we have seen this spirit between the boards of the two teams in Algeria and here in Cairo. It's been a good spirit. So we hope the fans don't disturb this and don't get us back to point zero in this.
So let me tell you, even on the political level, there had been talks between the both foreign ministers, the Algerian and the Egyptian side, to ease down matters. I think it's better because
yes, they've called for things to calm down now. So now the fans have the role of stopping it on their level. It stopped on the pitch, hopefully, and on the high level as well. So the fans need to stop it, and we need to have, even if they have not made the good steps, the Algerian fans, we Egyptians and Ahli fans need to show the good step here, and try to end this problem really that is not in good favor of Algerian nor the Egyptian sport.
So to qualify to the semi-finals, the Algerian team needs only 1 point, I guess now.
Yes, if they draw here in Cairo, we hope this does not happen. They will be through to the next round. But they feel confident. They have 9 points now, and
it doesn't happen today. It will be happening in the coming 2 matches.
Next match they'll be playing at home to El Ismaili. So I think they are the favorites to top the group now. And now it's all about Al Ahli and El Ismaili, who will be fighting for the remaining spot. And maybe Heartland will come from the end of the group. They're bottom of the group now with 1 point. If they beat Ismaili, they'll have a good chance. But it's now about Al Ahli and El Ismaili to win the next 2 matches, and then maybe if results go the right way, we can have the Egyptians 2 representatives in the semi-finals.
So the Algerian team is in the first place with 9 points. Ahli in the second place with 4 points. Ismaili in the third place with 3 points. And finally, Nigeria's Heartland with 1 point.
Yes.
So, like I mentioned, everything is possible so far. But
theoretically, Shabit al-Qabail are favorites to top the group. But it remains to be seen. Al Ahly has 3 remaining matches, 3 home matches. 2 in Cairo against Shabit al-Qabail and Heartland, and 1 in Ismailia, which is not as difficult as traveling to Algeria or Nigeria. So if Al Ahly can win the 3 matches, and maybe Algerian Shabit al-Qabail failing to win in Heartland in Nigeria, Al Ahly can top the group. Al Ismaili will have difficulties to top the group. I think they can only aim for second spot. Remember, they're still traveling to Nigeria to play Heartland. It's a match that will be played during daytime, during fasting time. So it will be very, very difficult for Al Ismaili. They will be flying early to start getting ready to the circumstances. Then Al Ismaili will be traveling to Algeria as well to play Shabit al-Qabail.
So it's a very tough
so it's 2 matches. I think Al Ismaili, to stand a chance, they need to win one of these 2 matches.
Yes, that's
away matches, and then they can play at home to Al Ahly. They'll know what they need, and a win would help them, but only if they can win one of the 2 matches.
Perfect. And do you think Ahly, with the performance you mentioned, they have the positive point is that they have a very strong squad, but the performance is a little bit low. Do you think Ahly would be able to gain this victory, a very important victory in the African Champions League?
I think the team there will be a totally different motivation for the team in this match. They saw what happened in Algeria, and they know they maybe deserved a point. So they will be very motivated. They'll know it's a different story from the league. The league, you can draw a match or 2 and still get back on track and still win the league. You can lose 1 or 2 matches and still win. But the Champions League is a different story. You need to get good results. And now they have already lost 1 match and drawn another. So they don't have any space for error now. They have to perform next Sunday. They have to win 3 points. Otherwise, they will be on the back foot until the end of the first group stage.
Right, moving on finally for the players who are aiming, the Egyptian players who are aiming for professional play. Let's start first with Ahmed Fathi. Do you think Ahmed Fathi will be moving to West Ham, the English Premier League? There are talks about that.
Well, it's been very strange. Ahmed Fathi has had this offer when he's showing his worst performances now. So, but he's a very good player, and he's a young player. And big teams away from Egypt, they see those players at the Nations Cup. So they're not only watching today's matches. So he's been performing very good in the last 2 Nations Cup, or even 3 Nations Cup. He's been an essential part of Egypt's wins, and Al Ahly's as well. Remember, 2 seasons ago, he helped Al Ahly to come back in the league against El Geish, scoring a goal in the 92nd minute. So he's been a very important figure for Al Ahly. And it's a good offer. He's having a good offer from West Ham. I think it's still not final yet. Al Ahly are studying the case. I think the manager, Hussein Badri, is not keen to get Ahmed Fathi out of the team, but the board is discussing it, and it's still in negotiations now.
Moving on to Ahmed Meteb, do you think he's now back to Ahly? This is the news. He's going to be paying a fine of £500,000 and
yeah. Ahmed Meteb has had a deal with his team, Standard Liège, to pay 500,000 euros. He's now paid, I think, 308,000 of this. What's remaining is 192,000. He'll pay this within the next 3 or 4 days, and then he'll be free. But there were rumors he would go to the Gulf and play there for a few months. But I think the Egyptian board has refused this, and the player, once finalizing his problems with the Standard Liège, will come back to the team, start training with the team, to be ready if he has a good deal with the team. Remember, he's not made a contract with Al Ahly yet. His contract was finalized last season, but both teams are aiming for this contract. So if they make the contract, he finalizes his problems, he will start next January as part of the Ahly team again.
Well, finally, Shikabala is risking, the Zamalek's player is risking a FIFA ban after extending his deal with Zamalek and moving on from the Belgium offer. What is the latest on that?
It's another chapter in the story of Egyptian players with foreign teams. Shikabala as we heard, you never know what's the right news. He has signed a contract there with Anderlecht, or at least signed some kind of document indicating his will to play with Anderlecht, the Belgian winners of last season. But then he came back to Zamalek and signed a document indicating he wants to stay with Zamalek, and then lately signed a new contract, a new Egyptian league record contract. So we hope he doesn't have a problem with Anderlecht, who have been saying that they will speak to FIFA and that they will have Chikabala as their player. We hope he stays in the league. He's a very good player, probably one of the best players in Egypt, if not the best player now. So we need him in the league. We need him to be focused. He will be a very good server to the national team as well.
Is it in favor of the Egyptian national team to have Chikabala playing here, or professionally playing and getting experience abroad?
No, it is better, of course, to have many foreign players. But I mean, what we're speaking about is we need to have the players mentally relaxed. If Chikabala goes and he's not in the mood and he doesn't want to play there, he will not perform well. So we need the players, Egyptian players like Met'ab and Chikabala, to be with the teams that can make them get the best out of them, whether it's here or abroad. But generally speaking, of course, no doubt that going abroad is always the better option. It gives more experience, it gives more tactics, it gives many better things. But it's not been the case lately. We have very few players now. Zidane maybe is the best of them, but everyone else is back. But it's not an indication again. I mean, you know, Egypt have won 3 straight nation cups without relying heavily on professional players playing abroad. Yes. So it's not a rule, let's say.
Right, Marwan Noor, sports journalist, thank you very much for joining us tonight.
Thank you.
And with this, we come to the end of this edition of Sprint. We thank you for watching. Have a pleasant night and goodbye.